Impact Chamber is right around the corner. Are y'all ready to know who I got? Yeah! And don't forget, John, last year my team won the Impact Chamber. And this year will be no difference because I've got the best guys in this company. Lights out, Jordan, Jacob, Big Business, David Windsor! Because this man is a member of the Hall of Impact. The man, the myth, Mr. 7 nights a week. I'm talking about Mr. Saturday Night, Michael Berry! John, you see all this trouble right here? My captain of team number 1 is our IZW champion, Gary Toole.
There is no way I was gonna let that thief into my building tonight. You go ahead and call your buddy, your pal, your friend, and you ask him how he's gonna get out of this one. August 9th, here in the Impact Arena. The chamber will go up. 2 teams consisting of 5 men will go in. Only one will survive, and he will be the next IZW champion. That man will be the natural-born leader, Johnny Z.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I know it's been a while, but some things never change. This guy comes out, whines and moans. Is that what you guys have had to put up with the last couple of years? Here's the deal, buddy boy. I didn't come back just to promote my show. I came back to kick some ass. You challenge my integrity, you challenge me tonight.
You want to challenge me, my authority, and make orders? You want me in that ring tonight? You're out of your mind. I will see you August 9th, Michael Berry.
I know you had your mind made up, but guess what? Guess what? Let me just speak. Let me just speak for you, natural-born leader. I'm Johnny Z, and I back down from no man. So tonight, me and you in the main event, chop! Yeah! Yeah! That's right!
And we are 2 weeks away from the Impact Chamber. 10 men, one of them is going to walk out.
Johnny Z's going to walk out with the IZW Championship, Daddy.
Well, fans, we wanted to start this show off with an amazing opportunity for you because we had an interview with Mr. Saturday Night, Michael Berry. We were able to put together an interview for the fans, but, well, as usual, it seems like Impact Inc. seemed to want to get their hands...
Shut up, Burnham! We do what we have to do. The much ballyhooed return of the superstar Michael Berry, Mr. Saturday Night. Oh, didn't go the way he planned.
All right, just calm down, Mark. Fans, we're going to go to this interview.
Shut up, Burnham. We're going to go to the interview when I say we're going. We're going right now. Play it, push play.
Let's watch this interview.
Here. And tonight, I'm privileged enough to have an exclusive interview. The 2014 Hall of Impact inductee, Mr. Saturday Night.
Whoa, Toots, whoa. Not just Mr. Saturday Night, not just Mr. 7 nights a week, not Mr. Hall of Impact, not Mr. 15-month IZW champion, which I think is technically older than you've been on this earth. not just Mr. Impact Arena, the man, the myth, the legend. Michael Berry, you're welcome.
What have you been up to?
What have I been up to? When I left IZW 2 years ago, I scoured the world. Went against some of the greatest competition, some of the biggest names in professional wrestling today. And you want to know the one thing that I discovered?
What was that?
There is no greater competition. There is no better level of athleticism than here in IZW. So guess what? Mr. Saturday Night is back. Originally, I was supposed to be here to accept my Hall of Impact honor, but unfortunately, I got sidetracked doing a reality show. Make sure you watch it. CMT, every Sunday. Steve Austin's Broken Skull Challenge, 8/9 Central. My episode airs August 31st. Did I cover everything?
So?
Former world champion Steve Austin going against Mr. Impact, Michael Berry. Must-see TV. But like I said, after that event wrapped up and after my promotion of that, time to get back to business, time to be back here with some of the greatest competition.
If you don't mind me asking, what brings you back here to IZW?
Like I said, it is the absolute elite level of professional wrestling that has brought me back. Mr. Saturday Night wants one thing, and he wants one thing alone. He wants the best. He wants the best in the world. He wants the best wrestling in the world. And do you know where you find that? You find that right here every single week in the Impact Arena. And guess what? Mr. Saturday Night, he ain't missing that party.
What are your goals here at IZW?
My goals are simple. They're the same goals that I wake up every single morning and live. And that is to be the best, to be Mr. 7 nights a week, to be the man, the myth, the legend, Michael Berry, and to go out there and deliver a show like no one else can deliver. And I intend to do that every single time I grace these people at the Impact Arena. In fact, these people are going to be graced with one thing. At the end of the night, you know what they're going to hear? You know what they're going to hear? I think you know what they're going to hear. They're going to hear the man, the myth, Mr. 7 nights a week, your winner of the match, Mr. Saturday Night, Michael Berry, has left the building.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it right here.
You're welcome.
Michael Berry.
Well, that was a very nice interview with Mr. Saturday Night there.
Wasn't that sweet? That was beautiful.
I know you're excited about what happens later. We'll get to that later on. Right now, on his way to the ring, one of the members of Team Johnny Z, Randy Price.
Former Impact Division Champion.
Former IZW Tag Team Champion. The only man to hold both of those titles simultaneously. Yes, he said that very nicely. But Randy Price is going to be stepping in the ring here with larger-than-life Jermaine Johnson in a bit of a preview of that Impact Chamber match coming up in a couple of weeks.
Shut up, Randy Price has got something to say.
Oh, well, this should be enlightening.
You're supposed to be seeing joy when I come out here. You should be praising me. See, 4 weeks ago, Gary Toole just decides to come back, doesn't he? He decides to come back, and how ironic. I wind up losing my Impact Division Championship. And how ironic is it that he winds up winning his first IZW Championship? Everybody's so happy. Gary Toole's the IZW champion, huh? Yay, Gary Toole! But you see, 2 weeks from now, it's not going to be the same story. Everybody's happy Gary Toole's back. Everybody's happy to hear his phony old school message. Well, I'm sick of it. For years, I've been in that man's gigantic shadow. And I finally broke free from it, and the bastard comes back, and he won't get out of my hair. He's like a flea. He's like a tick. He wants to try and lead me in the right direction, but Gary, I've had the right direction all by myself the whole time. You want to come back and smear your old school message all in my face? You want to win the IZW Championship and smear it in my face? Well, Gary, in 2 weeks, at the Impact Chamber, it's going to be my only goal is to make sure that that championship reign is short-lived. to make sure that you take your bag, you go the hell home, and you stay there like I told you to, Gary. You want to smear all that in my face? Well, at the Impact Chamber, your face is what I'll be smearing all over the cage. And trust me, after he's gone and packing, it wouldn't be the first time that the student had proved that he surpassed the teacher.
What is Jermaine Johnson doing?
Jermaine Johnson is coming to the ring because Jermaine Johnson has a match here, but it looks like Jermaine Johnson also has a few things to say.
Who gave him a microphone?
There are plenty of them around, Mark Wilson.
Hold on. So, Randy, you think the student has surpassed the teacher? Is that what I heard? Huh?
Long time
That's
ago.
what I heard? Wouldn't be the first time. Let me give you a history lesson. Let me give all of the members of the hype section, oh, shut up, a history lesson. What you're doing right now, Randy, is being disrespectful. You're being a crybaby. You're biting the hand that fed you for a long time. And I know firsthand because I trained right along with you in the Impact Academy, and we were trained by Gary Toole. So for you to come out here now, disrespect the hype section, disrespect your schooling, I think it's time for me to school you. And that's what we want to see, right? This match was supposed to be later, but since you want to come out here and spit hot garbage, maybe I should just come out here and slap that up out your mouth right now. Y'all want that match right now? I think it's time to get hype up in here. Hype section, make some noise. Oh man, that's
crowd on their feet like larger-than-life Jermaine Johnson. And I think he is 100% correct. Randy Price, being incredibly disrespectful.
He is not being disrespectful. I already told these fans, look at how disgraceful these fans are. Cheering for Jermaine Johnson to turn red. This is absolutely disrespectful right here. And I'll have these fans fired and replaced with new fans. All these scab fans here if I have to.
Mark fans, I have no idea what Mark Wilson is talking about.
I'm talking about all the hype section out here, all jacked up for Jermaine Johnson.
That's right. I'll agree with you. The hype section, all jacked up for Jermaine Johnson.
He stepped up.
Everybody, DA, here it comes.
Well, he better turn around because Randy Price will put up with that.
Ever since Jermaine Johnson made his return to the Impact Zone, he's made it very clear he wants once again to be the IZW champion. He will have that opportunity August 9th in the Impact Chamber. Both of these men with the potential to wrest that gold away from Coach Gary Toole. For Johnson, it'll be the third time he's the IZW champion. For Price, it's the only championship in IZW he has not laid claim to.
He won't lay claim to this one either. And neither will Jermaine Johnson. He's going to stay at 2. Come out here and throw a microphone at me. You want to talk about disgraceful? I'm up here doing a job. I'm commentating. Jermaine Johnson throwing microphones at me. I'm here cutting off Randy Price while he's trying to make a point.
Well, it just shows you got to be on your toes. Hey, now you leave Annalyn Storm alone.
She's up here grabbing my microphone.
That's that. You just literally just 10 seconds ago, you didn't even want to do with the microphone.
Grab my microphone, Berta.
The Impact Zone, the fans here, the IZW world on fire for Jermaine Johnson as we get the first block up of the night.
This is a live crowd in the Impact Arena, Daddy.
They are ready. They want to see Impact Chamber match in 2 weeks. And we know everyone here is really excited. All of the IZW world tuning in, very excited about that Impact Chamber match. We're going to have a lot of information about it as the course of this night proceeds. But right now, Jermaine Johnson being forced out of the side headlock. And again, Randy Price with no respect for anybody.
That's your opinion, Barnum. You're all screwed up in the head anyway.
I'm just calling what I see right here. Price being very mocking towards Jermaine Johnson. Price with that whole spewing diatribe against Coach Gary Toole. It seems to me right now, Price on the receiving end of 3 huge arm drags.
Yeah, old fool came right back in here, scooped up the IZW Championship with a bunch of help. He didn't do that on his own.
A bunch of help?
Yeah, he had a bunch of help.
It was an elimination 6-man match. It came down.
And George Knight is his cousin too, I think. I think George Knight's his cousin. I'll tell you what, I'll have Tommy Young jerked off the pizza route and get him in here if George Knight doesn't straighten it up.
Jermaine Johnson forced back into the corner, and I think we're going to get a clean break from Randy Price. Oh, well.
Oh, that was clean.
That was clean. That's
nice in the corner. Now what's this, Burner? That's totally illegal. Going fist.
And Johnson dropped throat first across the top rope.
There's your necktie, Jermaine.
And then a vicious kick right into the midsection as Price now taking over.
Put him out, Randy. That'd be one less competitor in the Impact Chamber. What do you got? You tell him, Randy. You straighten out the IZW world.
Randy Price needs to focus a little more on what's happening in the match and not so much with the IZW world. There were many times.
He's constantly getting distracted by it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He allows himself to be distracted by it. There have been times that I know Randy Price has been at the verge of victory, only to have the IZW world snatched away from him. Oh, wow.
My God. Wow. He's completely through the Impact Arena.
The welts on Jermaine Johnson's chest will tell the tale of that chop right there. And Johnson floating over. And underneath and throwing. Right back of his head, connecting with that bottom turnbuckle.
He could have broken Randy Price's neck there. Oh my God!
Johnson yanking Price out of the corner, but only good enough for 2 count.
What the hell has happened to Jermaine Johnson? He's gone way off track.
Jermaine Johnson came back, he clearly stated, I came back, I went away because I thought I couldn't live up to what Johnny Z wanted.
Yeah,
I didn't. And I came back to prove on my own that I can get the job done. And it looks to me like now, like he's doing that. There's a nice spinning kick.
Randy Price is in a bad predicament.
Oh, his cage has been rattled several times right here. Johnson now going to show off his power and his strength. Here we go, hoisted Price up.
This isn't good. This is going to hurt.
You can count the delay. 10 seconds, 15.
That should totally be illegal. He held the man up there till the blood rushed to his head.
Show me in the referee rule book. Never mind. I don't want to see the referee rule book.
I wrote the referee rule book.
Yeah, you scratched out all the parts you didn't like, too.
Well, that was much later. Listen to the IZW world. We got this. Somebody needs to shut that down.
Johnson looking to shut down Randy Price. Springboard off the top, but took a little bit too long.
Great move by Randy Price. Great move.
Price able to get those knees up.
He's got to press the advantage now, and he's doing it. He's going to town on Jermaine Johnson.
Now Price is absolutely vicious when he has the opportunity to target one of those body parts, and he knows
the ribs with that elbow.
Yeah,
he's trying to separate Jermaine Johnson's ribs.
He knows those ribs are now injured.
Quiet now, aren't you?
Now that was a fist.
Johnson still able to fight back up though, as he gets back up to that vertical base. Off the rope, comes in, but a big knee flips Johnson right over. And now going in, hook in the leg.
That should have been 3.
Referee Chris Smith says it's only 2, and now Price very intelligently going for the reverse bear hug. Or back waistlock, excuse me.
George Knight, has he been training Chris Smith? I would have counted 3 a while ago.
I would have been perfectly fine if George Knight had been tutoring Chris Smith. Oh, good Lord.
I can't believe you just said that.
And Price maintaining control as he squeezes those ribs.
Ain't nothing pretty about this, man. He's squeezing the ribs where he dropped that elbow in the ribs. He's probably separated some ribs. Probably the cartilage is torn. I think it's great. If he can put Jermaine Johnson out before the impact chamber, that'd be awesome.
Johnson now back up on top. Elbow to the ears. Oh, the Price kick in the tights.
What are you talking about? He just threw a forearm right to the back.
Yeah, but he grabbed Johnson's tights in order to pull it back to do that.
I don't know, man. I didn't see that.
And Price now on the outside. John with the fans before rolling back in. Price is 100% in control of this match right now as he pulls that knee pad down.
Yeah, this isn't going to make that.
Exposing the point of that knee.
Yep. That doesn't put skin on.
Price is measuring and right in that knee. That could be it right there. But still, only 2. Somehow.
Hey, Randy Price is seeing the same thing I am with this Chris Smith. I think he's been trained improperly.
Oh, shot by Johnson. And now, Johnson with the forearms, pulling Price out of the corner. Irish whip and reversed by Price. And Price up and down with Johnson.
Jermaine Johnson.
And still, Johnson will not give up.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jermaine Johnson is a former IZW champion. So, you know, I mean, I hate to admit it,
He's not just a former IZW champion. The man is the most decorated professional in IZW history. Singles, Impact Division, Tag Team, Impact Player of the Year.
Yeah.
He's done everything.
But when he had championships, guess who was there? Johnny Z or me, one or the other. We always made sure this man was taken care of, but he turned his back on us. Now he ain't got nothing. Nothing. N-U-T-H-I-N apostrophe.
Well, he came back to prove he could do it on his own, and right now, look at that right there, floating over. Schoolboy on Price is low.
That was almost 3 right there.
And Price, with a desperation clothesline, again puts Johnson down.
Randy Price has staggered himself. He's going for the cover.
This is
couldn't hook the leg.
This right here shows just how good Coach Gary Toole's training is, because he trained both of them at the same time, and they are meeting each other move for move. It's like they're thinking the same thoughts, one after the other.
Well, I can address this situation from what Randy Price said earlier. Randy Price has indeed surpassed the teacher, and Gary Toole is going to find out in the Impact Chamber.
Well, I consider that highly doubtful, but we'll see. You're right. August 9th, we will see if Randy Price has surpassed Coach Gary Toole.
I've got this. He's got it, man.
And he says he's got it. What he got is a sunset flip.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
2
Almost 3 right there.
I thought for sure that was 3. And Price, once again, back to the midsection.
Right to the breadbasket. That was with $1.49 and some change.
And notice how Price now applying the pressure to the abdomen in order to lessen the opportunity, lessen the strength that Johnson can kick out with. Those muscles are so important to kicking out of the pin attempts.
It looks like he's trying to go for a camel clutch here. He's got partially locked in. That's going to stretch the ribs and the back. Oh, this is great. Jermaine Johnson may give up.
Yeah, Price would love to get a submission right here. He'd love to be able to walk into the Impact Chamber saying, I forced Jermaine Johnson to tap out. And now shielding him with his body and wrenching that, fish hooking that nose.
Hey, you want proof that Randy Price has surpassed Coach Old Fool Gary Toole? You want proof? He looked like Coach Toole when he started this business. Look at him now, man. Defined, cut. He's ready to wrestle. He's ready to rock and roll. Oh, my God.
Price He's in the best shape of his life, as is Jermaine Johnson. It's going to take all their physical strength and ability to survive the Impact Chamber. I know that everybody involved in that match has gone on an extensive training regimen. We haven't seen O'Malley since being announced for the participating in there.
O'Malley's taken care of. Don't you worry about that.
Johnson charged into the corner. Price out. And back again. Unloading the fists.
What am I telling you, man? Look at what Randy Price is doing in this match. He's had control of this match.
Well, believe me, between Coach Gary Toole and Brad Michaels, Price knows how to work old school style. He knows how to isolate the body parts and work very methodically. He's done that, but he needs to keep the focus on the match. He needs to stop worrying about the crowd.
The crowd keeps distracting him, and that's their fault, not his. I mean, they're saying all kinds of nasty things out here. Cats in the bag. You wouldn't put up with it, Burnham. People calling you bad names.
Johnson with the belly to belly.
Oh, Jermaine Johnson's trying to get his wits. Hopefully Randy Price can catch his before.
Johnson trying to feed off the energy of the IZW world. Spin kick there. Johnson corner to corner. Drops Price down.
This ain't good for Randy Price.
And Johnson looks perhaps to be going up. We got this! And he says, we got this. He's up. Could he be hit? Nope. He may have been looking for the ES2, but right there.
Neck first into the top turnbuckle.
Well, it happened to Price earlier on the bottom turnbuckle. And now Jermaine Johnson.
That's all over, man.
Oh, going for the pile driver. If he can hoist him up, I think you're right, but no. Get Price out of it.
Oh, no.
Upstairs again. Johnson down. He has two.
He's got him rolled over.
And that is it.
Oh, man. That's all right. Randy Price just softened him up for the Impact Chamber.
Well, say what you will, but I think Jermaine Johnson would agree it was not an easy venture for him. He had to exert a lot of energy. He took a lot of punishment, and that's just against one man in a regular match. Come the Impact Chamber, there could be as many as 9 opponents for Jermaine Johnson to fight his way through. And he's going to need every ounce of energy he can get in order to walk out as the IZW champion.
That's the hype section.
Johnson prepared. Johnson walking in with a lot of momentum.
Now, well, the big Mo's about to have a big crash at the Impact Chamber because Jermaine Johnson is not going to walk out with that championship.
If you want the best, come to Impact Ink Tattoo Studio.
No better way to beat the heat than a nice cool swim. Ah, my water bill! Come on, cut a brother some slack!
Super Pond Woman to the rescue!
Financial strain leaving your bank account drained? Come to Maverick Pond, where our fast-friendly staff will help keep you afloat. Just ask for a loan on a variety of things, like flat panel TVs, tablets, trailers, games, computers, lawn equipment. And don't forget, you don't have to sell your gold. Just ask for a loan. Great deals! It's Maverick Pond!
3574911!
If you're looking for the largest and cleanest tattoo shop with the biggest selection of flash, you're looking for Impact Ink, where every Wednesday is now half off Hump Day, where you get half off on select flash. Plus, come in on your birthday and receive 25% off any tattoo. Call 699-7530 or stop by 1008 Southwest 11th Street any day of the week, where the best custom art you can find is at Impact Ink Tattoo Studio.
6 9 9 7 5 3 0. 6 9 9 7 5 3 0. 6 9 9 7 5 3 0. 6 9 9 7 5 3 0. 6 9 9 7 5 3 0. 6 9 9 7 5 3 0. 6 9 9 7 5 3 0. 6 9 9 7 5 3 0. 6 9 9 7 5 3 0. 6 9 9 7 5 3 0. 6 9 9 7 5 3 0. 6 9 9 7 5 3 0. 6 9 9 7 5 3 0. 6 9 9 7 5 3 0. 6 9 9 7 5 3 0. 6 9 9 7 5 3 0. 6 9 9 7 5 3 0. 6 9 9 7 5 3 0. 6 9 9 7 5 3 0. 6 9 9 7 5 3 0. 6 9 9 7 5 3 0. 6 9 9 7 5 3 0. 6 9 9 7 5 3 0. 6 9 9 7 5 3 0. 6 9 9 7 5 3 0
Gary!
jagged, razor-sharp steel. Every person will wage war with only their strength of will and survival instincts to guide them. The Impact Chamber.
Man, where's Jesse? Drake, I got your back. I want to know if you got mine tonight. Because if you don't... Whoa, Jake. Sheepy, easy, man. You're getting all hot and bothered. Take it easy. Tonight I do have your back. I touched it, I understand, relax. We're partners, not opponents. Tonight we've got to take care of Team Bull. We go out there, we knock off Team Bull, get our hands raised. 2 weeks from tonight, then you worry about whether I've got your back or not. You worry about whether you can trust me. Because 2 weeks from tonight, it's Impact rules. 2 weeks from tonight, it's for the Impact Division title, my Impact Division title. Then you worry. Because in 2 weeks, I'm looking for trouble. Oh, I'm sure it's gonna find you real easy, Drake. Good luck tonight, Hoyle. Jake, legends don't need luck.
Well, a very interesting pairing we're going to see tonight. Drake Gallows and Sheepy O'Brien taking on the IZW Tag Team Champions, Team Bull. It's a tremendous matchup, but I want to go back to something we were trying to address. I was trying to address at the beginning. The interview with Michael Berry. If what you'd seen on the screen was the end of the story, everything would have been fine. But apparently, Impact Inc. decided that that just wasn't sufficient.
No, it wasn't sufficient, man. It wasn't sufficient. Because we took the superstar, we cleaned up, we got the superstar gone, and you're gonna love how it happened to you.
Well,
are you screwing this up?
You know, fans, let's just go ahead and look at what happened
well,
here.
let's take a look at it when I tell you to.
Let's go watch this.
We don't care. You big shot. Welcome back. Welcome back, superstar. Welcome. Come on, superstar. Welcome back. You didn't get that on the ranch, did you?
Get him again.
Yeah.
You want to come out? You want to embarrass me some more, Michael Berry, huh? Berry? Mr. Saturday Night.
Oh, that's stunning. That's stunning right there.
Hold on, we gotta have fun with it. Hold on.
Give the man's own boots. Get that cameraman pants and look at that. Yeah, that's good stuff.
You like the cameras, Barry?
Bright lights, big city. You like get that.
I told you. I told the world. You would bring me sacrifices, or you would become one.
This ain't Los Angeles, Daddy.
You don't like it, we don't care.
Watch this. This is gonna be good.
Look at him fall.
He made it through the course.
Let go.
Give it to him.
That's so funny. Let's get him out of here. Come on.
Oh, you don't me. Get over here.
Look at the first class ride out of my building.
Yeah. How do you like this limo? Huh?
Come on. Let's go for a run, man. Come on. Get in.
All right.
Hey, come on, idiot. Hey, get over here. What took you so long to come back? Come on. Come on, you didn't get this. Let's see the sacrifice. Here we go. Come on. Come on, get him out.
Get his big butt out of there.
Come on, get this. Get up in here.
What you get?
Took you 15.
Come on, Barry. Let's see if we can make you a changed man. Let's see if we can make you a changed man.
Well, maybe we will. Maybe we won't see you at the Impact.
Find your way home, Daddy.
You don't like it, we don't care.
Completely reprehensible. That was awesome.
And you want to talk about another turncoat right here.
You call them turncoats, I think it's people who are waking up and realizing that Impact Inc. is not the only way of life here.
Ladies and gentlemen, lights out, Jordan Jacobs!
Jordan Jacobs could not stand by. And oh yeah, you go for it.
I don't even know what to say. That ain't funny.
IZW.
That's my hair. You don't touch my hair. You don't touch the microphone.
Jordan Jacobs could not stand by and watch his best friend be insulted, watch his former tag team partner be insulted, and he decided to walk away. I want to hear what he has to say here.
Hey, do what he's doing. Ladies and ladies, IZW World, how are you? See, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to ask again, because you know what? You know what? In the Lights Out Lounge, silence is the enemy. You know who wants silence? People like Johnny Z, they want silence. People like Impact Inc., they want silence. I say in the Lights Out Lounge, silence is the enemy. So once again, IZW World, how are you? Here we go, baby. Here we go. We're going to get live up in here tonight. We're going to get live. Y'all feel free to join me on the Lights Out Lounge. I'm glad y'all doing good. I'm doing real good. You know why I'm doing good? Because it's a new day for Jordan Jacobs, and my future is wide open. In 2 weeks, we have Evolution. And what does Evolution mean? It means the Impact Chamber. And this year, it's got a little extra spice added to it because the winner is going to be the IZW champion. And I don't know about y'all, I've been many things. I've been Impact Player of the Year. I've been Tag Team Champion. I've been Impact Division Champion. One thing I have not been is IZW Champion. And best believe I'm going to be going all out all night long come that Impact Chamber. You know, speaking of the Impact Chamber, speaking of Impact Inc. and Johnny Z, you know, I've been getting hit up a lot on social media, people asking me, people saying, good job, Jordan, you did what you should have a long time ago. Happy for me, because I am no longer a part of Impact Inc. And I think it's about time that I explain myself. Because, oh, we're not going to talk about that cream cheese sandwich over there. You see, about a little after a month ago, a little more than a month ago, a good friend of mine that I hadn't seen in some time showed up out of the blue. And that's the man you just saw, the leader of the hype section, Jermaine Johnson. And you know, for the majority of my career, I found myself as a member of Impact Inc. You know, I've been a part of a lot of bad stuff, beat a lot of people up. But after you know, we beat up Jermaine Johnson. And you know, Jermaine Johnson's my boy. We may not be a team anymore, but that doesn't mean he's not my boy. And you know, after that, I went to the back, and for the first time in a long time, I did not feel good about myself. And I started to look around me, and they say that you are the company you keep. And I looked around me, and all I saw were a group of liars, a group of cheaters, a group of backstabbers, and that guy. And then you had someone with a severe Messiah complex, and that's Johnny Z. And I realized that that's not who I wanted to be. And I realized that I care too much about myself. I care too much about the IZW world. And I looked around and I saw a group of wrestlers who in all actuality are just poor excuses for men. And me, damn it, I'm a man. And I'm one of the toughest kids to ever come out of here. I came out of the Impact Academy. My first year wrestling, I broke my hip in the beginning of a match. You know what I did? I got back up and I wrestled for another 10 minutes. And I won that match. And after I got out of the hospital, I went on a date that night. So there's that. You're talking about somebody who damn near broke his neck right there last year. And you know what? I got back up. You want to talk about tough? You want to talk about men? I am a man. And Impact Inc., I'm calling all y'all out for what you really are. Now that I got that off my chest, I feel good, baby. I feel great. Yeah, it's a new day. Speaking of a new day, a little while back, my guest here tonight, a little while back, he came back and he was crowned your new IZW champion. I'm talking about the godfather of old school. I'm talking about your IZW champion. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Gary Toole.
The IZW champion is back in the Impact Arena. Apparently no directive this week from Johnny Z to ban him from the building. And he holds aloft right there the IZW title.
What is this? Trick, butterscotch night? Everybody's coming out here getting in my face. You better not get in my face.
Hey, perhaps if you wouldn't just irritate people the way that you do, they wouldn't feel compelled.
Hey, I want you to look and see how many championships are around George Jacobs' waist right now. He's got none. He's had none.
He's got none at the moment, but in 2 weeks he has the opportunity to put that title belt that Gary Toole has around his waist for the very first time.
I can't believe I ever associated with this guy.
Coach, very proud to be the IZW champion. He has a very stiff challenge ahead of him.
IZW world, I said it one time and I'm going to say it again. Silence is the enemy. Let's hear it for your IZW champion. That sounds good, Gary. How you doing, man?
Hey, Mark. Did you hear that, Butterscotch? They're chanting my name. Like it or not, I am your IZW heavyweight champion.
Hello, Mark Wilson.
Yeah, that's right. My first guest tonight, my guest tonight is the champion. How about that? That says a lot about the Lights Out Lounge, if I may say so myself. I'm glad to have you here.
You know, maybe it's a little arrogant, but I think the ratings for the Lights Out Lounge might have just went up about 1/10 of a point.
Okay.
Legit.
I'll give it, I say 2/10. That's a fifth. A fifth even.
Agree to disagree.
Okay, my voice got real high there. I don't know why. I had a few questions for you. As the champion, I'm honored to have you on the show, a man of such background, such prestige. Finally, a title is somewhere that it should be. But 2 weeks ago, I'm here, we're all here, and yet the IZW champion was barred from the building. You here now?
Yeah, you see, I'm going to tell you guys something you already know. Johnny Z decided to bar the coach from the building 2 weeks ago. That's because he's a diva.
Yes, he is.
That's because he can't handle it when he's not in charge. And that's because when I beat him right in the middle of the ring for the 1, the 2, and the 3, it crushed his ego. It crushed his pride. You see, Johnny runs around calling himself the Savior. Like the Messiah complex.
Messiah complex.
You know what? I even think one time he said, write it in red. Mark, last time I checked, that's a pretty big statement. So you know something? He barred me from the building. He wanted to keep me from celebrating this title with you. If you weren't here, if you don't know the coach's background, I've been doing this thing for 17 years. I've been in IZW for about 8.5, 9. I helped Johnny bring this company to where it is, and 1 month ago, I won this belt for the very first time ever. And let me tell you, guys, I'm not going to get into all the companies, all the federations, all the titles I've held, all the places I've been. It doesn't matter, because all that matters is this belt right here is absolutely the most important belt I've ever held in my entire 17 years in professional wrestling. So you better believe it. A month ago, when I became your IZW champion, it absolutely was one of the best, if not the best moment of my entire wrestling career. Yes, you can applaud. So Jordan, when you asked me about not being in the building, you know, I've had some people hit me up on, social media? Is that Twitter?
Like that Facebook?
Is that MySpace? What is that?
MySpace.
Okay.
Like that.
Facebook.
I've got some messages, people asking me about it, how do I feel? You know, I tell you, really up front, it pissed me off that Johnny Z barred me from the building. Because I don't do this business for the titles. I don't do this business for the glory, the money. I do it because I know if you guys weren't here, if you weren't paying your hard-earned money at that door, there would be no Gary Toole, there would be no Jordan Jacobs, and as much as he doesn't want to believe it, there would be no Johnny Z without all you people.
As much as we wish that were the case. Right.
So all I wanted to do 2 weeks ago was come here and celebrate with you, stick it in Johnny Z's eye one more time, and just shove it in his face. And what did I find out, Jordan? I find out that not only am I barred from the building, I blame this one on Mark Wilson. I blame this on Mark Wilson. That at the Impact Chamber on August the 9th, this title belt for the very first time ever will be up for grabs in the chamber. You know, and I also find out that Mr. Randy Price is running his mouth a little bit more. Well, let me tell you guys something. And I hope Randy's in the back, hope he's listening. I hope all these young guys are listening, because it's real simple. I hope all you kids are listening. I've told this to my football players before. If you walk out in the woods, you see the biggest, fattest, most gray-haired, lazy, not wanting to move grizzly bear, you ain't gonna mess with the grizzly bear, because you know why? As old and fat as he is, he's still a freaking grizzly bear. He'll rip your head off and shove it right down your throat. So I say Randy, Team Johnny, Team Bull, all these guys want to run their mouth and tell you how fat I am, how old I am, how, I think Jordan, correct me if I'm wrong, how laughable? That's what Randy said? Laughable? It's a joke? Well, Randy, I'm going to warn you, and I hope you listen to me. Don't poke the bear. There you go. That's a good point.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's a great point.
You know, and it's interesting that you talk about grizzly bears. Don't mess with the grizzly bear. I was once known as the Oklahoma anaconda, and an anaconda isn't something you want to mess with either. So
I'm really scared of snakes, to be honest.
I'm scared of bears. Impact Chamber, Evolution. That belt's on the line. The most prestigious title in this area, the IZW Championship. And in the same way that you just won it for the first time in your career, I've never held it. And in the Impact Chamber, you're gonna have a lot of other guys coming after you. I mean, we're down one. Michael Berry, we're down one, 4 on 5. But in the end, it's the last man standing who takes that title. And all due respect to you, your career, I applaud you for 17 years. This is no joke, getting in that ring and landing and injuries, getting hurt all the time. That is no joke, and I applaud you for that. But I have to say that me, 5 years into my career, Jordan Jacobs, man, I'm young, I'm hungry, I'm full of piss and vinegar, and at the Impact Chamber, all due respect, I'm coming for that. I want a piece of that. I want to hold that over my head. So we've already mentioned Michael Berry seems to be out. We're 4 on 5. But in the Impact Chamber, this brand new title of yours is going to be up. What are your thoughts?
You know something? Hey, we all just watched that vignette and saw what they did to Michael Berry. We all know how dangerous Team Johnny can be. But you know, Jordan makes a great point. And I hope all you kids are listening. I really do. I hope all these young cats in the business are listening. Because you know something? I'm not a champ like Johnny Z. I'm not a champ like Randy Price. I'm not a chump. I'm not a crybaby. I'm not a chicken, Jordan. And you know something? If you weren't gunning for this title, if Jermaine wasn't coming for this title, if Damon wasn't coming for this title, I would be disappointed. Because see, I'm the kind of champ, people. I'm the kind of man that I'm going to give you everything I got. Hey, at the end of the Impact Chamber, Jordan, all you guys in the back, if I'm not the champ anymore, I can make you one promise. You will have gotten every single ounce that the coach has. And if I give my best and that ain't enough, I can live with that. I can live with it, Jordan. Michael Berry's out. It's 4 on 5. Hey, it don't matter. It don't matter if it's 4 on 5. Hey, we'll take one of these guys. We'll take one of those guys. We'll go 4 on 5. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, you're right. It's every man for himself. At the end of the day, only one can be a winner. Only one. And I can promise you, Johnny, Randy, whoever else is going to be out there, at the end of the night, you will have everything that you want. Everything that you can handle, because the coach is coming to the chamber, and I'm going to teach you guys an old school lesson, suckers.
Well, the coach seems determined as he knows he is walking into the Lions' Den in 2 weeks, August 9th, in the Impact Chamber.
He said one thing right, and that's it, between the two of them. The IZW Championship is the most prestigious championship, bar none, Daddy. I don't care where you are in this business.
We will certainly be finding out on August 9th if Jerry Toole can walk out of here.
IZW World, I will tell you one more time. Silence is the enemy, and this has been the Lights Out Lounge.
Great edition of the Lights Out Lounge.
As the leader of the hype section, trying your luck at other places can be hit or miss. But at Maverick Pond, we got this.
HD TVs, laptops and computers,
we got this.
Cold air conditioners,
we got this.
Chainsaws, weed eaters, mowers,
We got this.
Beats headphones,
We got this.
game consoles,
We got this.
a wide jewelry selection.
We got this.
It's Maverick Pond, 3574-911.
Every Friday night following Nightline on KSWO ABC TV, IZW takes over your weekly television schedule with Impact Television. Keep up with the latest news and catch all the best action, interviews, and clips from IZW's Adrenaline, our weekly television tapings. Check out IZWrestling.com on any device for more info and let Impact Zone Wrestling invade your living room every Friday night. Your Friday nights just got a lot more interesting. If you want the best, come to Impact Ink Tattoo Studio.
Jagged, razor-sharp steel. Every person will wage war with only their strength of will and survival instincts to guide them. The Impact Chamber.
My broadcast partner is thrilled to hear these.
Thrilled? I may have to go get it depends.
Hear the tones of the theme music for Impact Inc. as we await the arrival of the IZW.
My tag team.
Maybe I should be happy. Maybe Mark Wilson's finally going to go away. We'll be able to look like he's going to accompany Team Bull down to ringside. So we'll not have to worry about him lauding the praises of Impact Inc., at least for the duration of this match. We saw earlier backstage Chiefy O'Brien, the urban legend Drake Gallows, forming having something of a coming together for the purpose of this match, because they will be taking on the IZW Tag Team Champions. It's partnership tonight, but in 2 weeks, both O'Brien and Gallows will be 2 of the 3 contenders for the Impact Division Championship, currently held by big, bad, and sexy Angel Camacho, who we also are scheduled to see later on in this broadcast. And that'll be a triple threat Impact Rules match for the Impact Division Championship. More about that later on. Right now, though, Tag Team Championships not on the line. A Tag Team title, or should be Tag Team competition, certainly to happen. Mark Wilson holding up in the ropes there for the bronze bull and the brass bull. And I can't get out of my head the imagery of these 3 men, as well as the Natural Born leader Johnny C and Randy Price, as you've got to think that they felt incredibly intimidated by our commissioner Sean McHale adding Mr. Saturday Night Michael Berry to his team for the Impact Chamber match. So they took it in their own hands. Took it in their hands to eliminate Mr. Saturday Night. It appears that he will not be joining the Impact Chamber, and so team number 1 now down 4 members to 5. Chiefy O'Brien making his way around the ring here, holding up that fist, the one he calls trouble. And it has spelled trouble for every single opponent he steps in the ring with, as he is currently undefeated here in IZW. Now what a coup it would be if O'Brien were able to be victorious in 2 weeks and capture the Impact Division Championship in such a short tenure here in IZW. The only other person to do that off the top of my head is O'Brien's tag team partner, who we're about to see come join him here, the urban legend Drake Gallows. I gotta say, 3-time Impact Division Championship, it just does look kind of odd for Gallows to walk out here without the Impact Division Championship around his waist. In the short time that he has been here, he's become so associated with that championship. But it's not about the Impact Division title tonight, it's about tag team competition. And it was all fun and games earlier on for Mark Wilson, but a very serious look on his face now as he knows that in 2 weeks his two men need to step into the ring, and he'll say that they're there to make sure that Johnny Z becomes the IZW champion. But if something happens in this match, if one of the members of Team Bull gets injured, then that has got to put a huge chink in the armor for Impact Inc. It'll be Bobby Starr and Drake Gallows starting off this match. These two men very familiar with each other as well. Competed all over the state. The IZW world 100% behind the urban legend Drake Gallows. They have really taken to this young man. They recognize his willingness to put his body on the line in those Impact Division Championship matches. He made the Impact rules his own. Bobby Starr, very, very rattled by the crowd, by the IZW world, who are showing their support for Drake Gallows. Once again, both men circling around here, and we get the first block of the match. And Gallows grabs the arm. Turn it over into a top wrist lock, and wrenching it down across the shoulder. Once again, yanking the arm. And slowly, ever so slowly, putting the pain into the arm of Bobby Starr. And a headbutt right there by Drake Gallows, cementing the message that he's sending. And Gallows now, Gallows and Starr exchanging blows in the middle of the ring, but notice Gallows has not let go of that arm. He never once lost control of the wrist. Gallows now back up to the base. Forcing Bobby Starr back in the rope. There's the tag. And our first look at this match, that's Sheepy O'Brien. As O'Brien goes to work with the power game. O'Brien with those clubbing forearms. O'Brien goes for Here Comes Trouble. And Starr immediately bails out of the ring, as he knows that spells the end. Bobby Starr looking completely befuddled. even trying to slide in the ring there, trying to interject himself. Of course, Mark Wilson, believing he is still the most experienced referee, the best referee that ever set foot here in IZW. All right, and now the Bronze Bull, the power of Team Bull, in against the power of Sheepy O'Brien. And the Bull ducking underneath the lock and going in for a full Nelson. The Bronze Bull immediately putting that power on display. And O'Brien trying to muster the energy, trying to break. He's broken the finger lock, so the full Nelson broken. And O'Brien knows that he's got a stud right there in the ring with him. Bull in with a kick to the midsection, and again back to the full Nelson. Before he can get those legs, O'Brien with the full Nelson of his own. Look at O'Brien. The Bull blocking it to an extent so he couldn't get the fingers intertwined. But he's got those legs up, and the Bull desperately trying to get this. I don't think that's, no. Not the ending that the Bronze Bull was looking for there. As O'Brien gonna treat the Bronze Bull like a seesaw, teeter-tottering him back and forth. And again, O'Brien cocking that fist, and the Bronze Bull out just as quickly as the Brass Bull was. Well, the Brass Bull hasn't been able to get the job done. The Bronze Bull has been just as ineffective. Maybe they should send Mark Wilson in, see what happens when he sees trouble coming at his face. And the Bronze Bull says he wants Drake Gallows. The Urban Legend is more than happy to comply with that request. Gallows and the Bull circling up. Now Gallows is not going to be able to match the power, but he does not mind putting his body on the line. As he unleashes a couple of forearms of his own. Another one in the corner comes off the rope here. He's playing pinball with Team Bull. And now driving those shoulders right in the midsection of the Bronze Bull. Drake Gallows off with a kick right to the face. And Gallows, Irish whip. Bull reverses it, Gallows in, and right to the midsection of the Urban Legend. And now Team Bull has caught the break that they were looking for as the tag is made. And Gallows now at the peril of Team Bull as Bobby Starr drives a fist right down into the face of Drake Gallows. Starr applying the pressure into the back. The point of the knee right on the spine. As he flexes those arms, extends that rib cage. Gallows able to pull back in though, get back to his feet. But Gallows still not out of a bad situation. As the Brass Bull charges in, nobody home though. Gallows meets him with a big kick. And off the ring apron and trapped his foot inside the curtain, the skirt, the ring skirt. So Drake Gallows, even if Gallows could have gotten all the way over to the corner, there was no way that he could have made the tag to O'Brien. And now the big headbutt from the Bronze Bull as Gallows off the ropes. Gallows off the ropes. Gallows ducks underneath. The Bronze Bull catching him though. And hoists him up and down. Straight down on that back. And you can see O'Brien trying to muster the power, muster the energy from the IZW world to help out Drake Gallows. But O'Brien's efforts not panning out right now as the Bronze Bull pulled down that knee pad and drops a measured knee right across the forehead of the Urban Legend. Now the Bull goes in for the pin, hooks the leg, and I was gonna say about 2.8 there. Bull makes the tag to Star. Star coming in. Gallows into the corner as the Bronze Bull just throws Bobby Starr right in, his entire weight of his body careening into the midsection of Drake Gallows, and then Gallows thrown out to the Bronze Bull. But even that, and as much as I'm not a fan of Team Bull, the good coordinated double team moves show why they are the IZW Tag Team Champions. It shows the cohesiveness and the thinking together that you just can't have between Drake Gallows and Sheepy O'Brien. They've never tagged together before. And Gallows is desperately in need to get over to his side of the ring. He has got to make that tag as the tag team champions are slowly wearing down the Urban Legend. We know that Drake Gallows has no problem putting his body on the line, but there comes an endurance point. Gallows going behind, and a big leg lariat there, and now Gallows can see O'Brien. He can see his partner. He's just got to pull himself across the ring. It's about 6 feet away. Right now, you can see him reaching out. Bronze Bull makes the tag. Gallows so close. So close right there. The Brass Bull comes down and tags the Bronze Bull back in. They seem to want to leave the power in. They know that Gallows can't match the power of the Bronze Bull. The Bull hoisting him up. Could have beat Greetings from Mount Olympus already. Oh, he tried for it. Gallows stab, able to catch up. Gallows rolls through, makes the tag. Here comes Sheepy. Sheepy in with the clothesline on the Bronze Bull. Sheepy drops the Brass Bull. Elbow to the Bronze Bull. Sheepy taking on both members of Team Bull right here. Single-handedly taking care of the tag team champions. O'Brien showing that power as he picked up the Bronze Bull. Now O'Brien easily scooping up the Brass Bull. And now O'Brien and Gallows together in the ring. What do they got planned here? O'Brien working over the bronze. Gallows with the Brass Bull. Swims and Team Bull into the ropes. Double clotheslines. We could be on our way to seeing a huge upset as Gallows prepares to go for the Bangarang. And the Bronze Bull cuts him off. And you see O'Brien He's got that fist up. He was ready to deliver. Here comes trouble. And now it's 2-on-1. Gallows dumps to the outside. A blind tag there. I don't think that O'Brien realized. You can see the referee tell him there was a tag. He didn't see the Bronze Bull make the tag. The Bull up. Greetings from Mount Olympus. And that is it. Well, a valiant effort on the part of Drake Gallows and Sheepy O'Brien. But when you are not an experienced tag team, it is very, very difficult to match the tag team champions. Team Bull victorious tonight. In 2 weeks, can they do what they want to do? Can they bring the IZW Championship back into the fold of Impact Inc.?
Hey, I'm back, Burnham.
I hear the...
Hi everyone, it's Jessie, and my guest this time is the leader of the hype section, Jermaine Johnson. Hey Jermaine.
What's up, Jessie?
You had a big win tonight, building momentum up until August 9th. What are your thoughts?
March 17th, 2012. You know why that's important, Jessie?
That's the day Titanic sank, right?
Not exactly. That's important because it's the last day I've held the IZW Championship. It's the last day that I stood on top of this company as the man, and on August 9th, Jesse, I have an opportunity to do it again. All I have to do is outlast 9 other competitors in the most dangerous match in the history of IZW. I'm talking about the Impact Chamber. You would think I'd be a little nervous about that. You'd think I'd be a little scared, but I'm not neither. And you know why? Because I've got the hype section behind me. And anytime I do something with the hype section, with the hype section giving me the energy, do you feel that, Jesse? Huh? You can feel that, right? I feel it. And I'm gonna take it all the way 2 weeks inside the chamber. And I don't care if it's the Bronze Bull, the Brass Bull, Big Business, Gary Toole, Jordan Jacobs, O'Malley, Randy Price, Johnny Z. I don't care who it may be. I'm walking out of the Impact Chamber with the IZW Championship. And you know why? Please don't answer. It's because we got this.
Oh, can I do that too?
Yeah, you're a member of the hype section, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, right here we go. Here we go, you gotta feel it, and then right this moment, you go, we got this.
A brand new member of the hype section.
What was he blabbing about?
He's saying that it doesn't matter to him who he's got to go through. He wants to be 3-time IZW champion.
I don't care what he wants. He ain't going to get it. Did you just not see the tag champs out there?
Yes.
Why are we not talking about that?
I know. Well, because you decided to. Never mind. Yes, we did just see your tag team champions, Team Bull, get a victory.
Won a match, man. Talk about that.
Well,
I'm not talking about Jermaine
I talked
Johnson.
about it all the time that I was
already
up
told you he's not going to walk out there without a championship, so why are we talking about that? What are we talking about? Some winners.
Well, fans, August 9th, we're going to see now 9 people, 4-on-5, walk into the Impact Chamber in order to determine who will be the IZW champion.
Johnny Z.
Gary Toole walks in. Can he walk out with that title?
Spoiler alert.
We also just received word that Miss Dyslexia and Paige Turner will be back in the Impact Arena on August 9th.
And they're back because I'm here.
They're back for the competition, believe you me. Miss Dyslexia and Paige Turner, former IZW Queens, back here in the Impact Arena. And that triple threat Impact Division match. We saw 2 of the 3 members in that tag team match. Sheepy O'Brien and Drake Gallows both taking on the Impact Division champion, big, bad, and sexy, Angel Camacho.
They didn't work together very well tonight, did they?
Well, they're not an experienced team, but it's not going to be about teamwork in the triple threat. It's going to be all 3. And fans, we're about to see the Impact Division champion. In just a moment here, Damon Windsor will be taking on the Impact Division champion, Angel Camacho, coming up here in just a moment.
Boy, the last shot of glory for Damon Windsor tonight.
Well, Damon Windsor not wanting to take a night off. He could very easily step back like O'Malley and take the night off, but he is not going to do that. He's going to step forward and face stiff competition right here as Big Business is on his way to the ring.
Well, is this big clown coming out or not?
Oh, I'm sure he'll be here when he's ready, just like Johnny Z likes to be here when things. Well, I don't know what's.
Botch.
Well, I'm.
Oh, come on, man! How many times does the guy get an entrance? Got to come out. I say, if you don't come out when the entrance music stops, you're disqualified.
All right, well, we're waiting the arrival of Big Business Damon Windsor right now.
He's probably getting some axle grease for that mop. The human mop. You can turn that guy upside down and mop the floor. Oh!
What's going on here? Damon Windsor appears to have been laid out backstage.
Yeah, it looks like there's fluid coming out of his nose, too. Oh, boy, that hook probably wasn't good. Now, what?
Okay, now tell me that Impact Inc. didn't have something to do with this.
I think the shirt just happened.
What in the?
I didn't have anything. I was out here managing the tag champs.
I didn't say you. I said Impact Inc. There's a lot of members of Impact Inc. And you guys seem to be very, very concerned that maybe you won't walk out of the Impact Chamber with Johnny Z having that title wrapped around his waist again. Last week, or Michael Berry. This week, I'm going to say, most likely, Impact Inc. taking out Damon Windsor.
You know something, Burnham? It's a liar's world.
You are just...
Hey, I don't know anything about this Windsor thing, man. They don't tell me everything. I think this T-shirt just happened to fall there, you know? It's just a T-shirt.
Well, fans, I guess we won't be seeing Damon Windsor and Angel Camacho.
No! We're not going to get Damon Windsor! Oh, no! Hey, these people better shut up.
Razor-sharp steel. Every person will wage war with only their strength of will and survival instincts to guide them. The Impact Chamber.
Luthez, 6-time world champion.
Oh, close.
Hey,
nope, that's not it.
Harley Race, 8-time world champion.
No, you were gonna hate yourself for not knowing this.
Woo! The Nature Boy Ric Flair, 16 times.
You ain't no bitch, boy.
Not him?
No. Who? Come on, I'll give you a hint. His name rhymed with natural born leader.
Yeah. Right in front of me. I mean, if it was right in front of me, I would have got it.
Snake would have bit you.
Snake would have bit me. Right in front of me. Right in front of me. The greatest of all time, Daddy.
That's right. The greatest of all time. The greatest IZW has ever seen. The savior of professional wrestling. The natural born leader, Johnny Z. You see, just like it was right in front of him the whole time, it's been right in front of each and every one of you the whole time. and especially you, Gary Toole. You see, you've known for years that it's been right there, right in front of you. You see, you tried to hold it down. You tried to use your position in the company for years to satiate me with these opponents that I could just walk through, that I could think circles around. But you always tried to hold me down. You see, I had to throw you out to do what I wanted to do with my company, to become the natural-born leader. And then every time you come around, it seems like you and I's path always seems to cross. Every time. This guy has been a thorn in my side for 10 years. And now you're carrying my holy grail. Disgraceful. My IZW championship. And so you know what's right in front of you now, Gary Toole? The end of your career. What's right in front of you now is the twilight. You see, you see it, I see it, they all see it. I'm just the one that's going to deliver it. Because in 2 weeks, you will step into the Impact Chamber as the IZW champion. Oh, I'm going to make sure of that. That's why this isn't a title match tonight. Tonight is a sacrifice. Tonight I'm going to beat you into a sacrifice. I am going to give you but a sampling of what is to come in the chamber, because you have no idea what is in store for you. You have no idea the prophecy I am going to unleash on you, Gary Toole. You can write it in red. After the Impact Chamber, the Savior has spoken. I will carry my Holy Grail again. After tonight, you'll pray to your Savior that you don't make it to the chamber.
It's chills. It gives me chills. I know you're feeling it, but you felt it? You're over there doing your makeup.
Very, very strong words from the coach, towards the coach, Gary Toole. But believe me, the coach is not going to back down just because somebody tells him that he's not going to walk out as the champion. Fans, if you are on the IZW Facebook page, facebook.com/Impact Zone Wrestling, if you're on the IZW Facebook page, you saw this match announced as a featured match tonight. Gary Toole, Johnny Z, one-on-one. You can't get more personal. You can't get more determined than these two men. Toole has the title. Johnny Z wants the title. It's as simple as that. And tonight it's going to be one-on-one. No titles on the line. But another preview of what may very well be the last two people in the Impact Arena in 2 weeks on August 9th. Coach Gary Toole, as he said earlier in the Lights Out Lounge, 17-year veteran. I can attest to the fact he's held a lot of titles in his career. He has competed all over this world. But he says he has never held a title that means as much to him as that IZW championship.
You have a good time? You don't look like it. Get excited.
Toole's ready.
I'll take my straps
We
down.
just simply wait.
I don't want that.
We await the arrival of the natural-born leader. Yes. We are still waiting for the natural born leader to come through the curtain. We know that Johnny Z loves to play these mind games. He loves to make people wait on him. He wants it 100% under his control, and he wants to show, especially Gary Toole, just how he is going to be the one in charge of every single component of what IZW is all about. At least I assume we're going to have this match. I hope it's not going to be another situation like it was with Damon Windsor and Angel Camacho. You can see the frustration right there on Coach Gary Toole's face. He wants Johnny Z in the ring. Wants the natural born leader out here. He wants to be able to face him. He's calling right there. He says, if you can, yeah, here he comes. Johnny Z on his way here to the ring. And he says that belt is his property. Well, in order to officially say that, he is going to have to beat Gary Toole and 7 other people in the Impact Chamber in 2 weeks. That's then, tonight, one-on-one. Johnny Z and Gary Toole. And you know, for a large portion of Johnny Z's career, he has been victorious, he has been successful because he has been able to intimidate the opponents he steps into the ring with before he ever gets in there. But there is one guy that I can 100% guarantee you is not intimidated by Johnny Z, and that's the coach, Gary Toole. Coach is calm, he is ready, and this will be a conflict of epic proportions right here.
What's the sacrifice? What's the sacrifice? Yes.
I'm about to sacrifice Johnny Z.
Oh, you hear right there, see? The coach knows. The coach is not taking a back step here at all.
Johnny Z! Johnny Z! Johnny Z! Johnny Z! You suck! Oh, really, you suck! You didn't love my name if you didn't suck. I'm not really ready.
Now Johnny Z still protesting, but referee George Knight says we're going to start this match. Shirts are off, and we are prepared to go. This is our main event, folks.
Because this guy and this guy want to count on Johnny Z, baby.
How's it feel carrying around stolen property?
And Coach Johnny Z still running the mouth, still trying to use the verbal intimidation, telling Coach Gary Toole that he's carrying around stolen property. But if you were tuned in 4 weeks ago, you saw Coach Gary Toole pin Johnny Z in the middle of the ring. No disqualifications, no count out, 6-man elimination match. It came down to these two. And the coach here putting the IZW world behind him. Coach juking and jiving. Oh, we got a little Cabbage Patch going on from the coach. That is old school. That's about 1983 right there. And the IZW world chanting the name of the coach. Chanting for their IZW champion.
It's okay.
to start, but Johnny Z right in, not even bothering to lock up, planting those boots right in the midsection of the coach, taking over, fists to the head. Johnny Z immediately resorting to the tactics that have made him a fearsome force here in IZW with the coach now. Coach unleashing the firepower. High elevation, up and down goes the natural born leader. And the coach going for the sky high. It's how he put Johnny Z away 1 month ago. And immediately Johnny Z escapes out of that, bails to the outside, and Mark Wilson trying to call for a timeout. The IZW world, you know, Johnny Z was upset at them earlier when they would not sing his accolades. And now he's attempting to inform them that he is not a chicken, but I think the world is going to disagree with that assessment from Johnny Z. Because the coach is in the ring, Johnny Z is outside the ring. And the coach not wanting to wait, but that is a mistake. As Johnny Z immediately yanks that arm down across the top rope. Now Johnny Z back in, but there's firepower left. Shoulder block there by the coach as he takes that three-point stance, drives it right in. The gridiron coming out. And is he going to go for it again? Coach charging in, avalanche in the corner. And the world calls for one more. And I think the coach has a different plan in place. As a knife-edge chop across the heavily tattooed pecs of the natural born leader. And now the coach up on that second rope. About to rain down. If he can keep that hand out of the way. But Johnny Z able to upend him and drop him face first on that top turnbuckle.
Johnny Z!
And Johnny Z now needs to press that advantage. He was fortunate enough to catch the coach a little bit off guard. He's got to get in there. He's got to keep the pressure on that arm. He yanks that arm down across the top rope. And he has got to keep applying the punishment. You can see the coach just trying to shove him away, trying to get some distance in order to keep Johnny Z from being able to continue putting the pressure and applying the punishment to that left arm. Coach reverses, he's going to try it again. He tries it again. Tries to go for the sky high once again. I can hear Mark Wilson telling Johnny Z this isn't working out. The plan isn't working out. All right, and Johnny Z now. Mark Wilson. No! Well, it served as an effective distraction because Johnny Z now is able to ram Gary Toole head first into the corner post and then yanked that already injured left shoulder in there. Johnny Z now rolling in the ring to break the count because he has more punishment he wants to dish out to the outside. John driving the arm down across the ring announce table. And shoving him again. Johnny Z throwing the entire weight of Coach Gary Toole now into the steel ring steps. And again rolling back in the ring to break the count. As he is not done with Gary Toole on the outside. Coach Coach again trying to fight off Johnny Z, trying to keep him from getting in there, but G able to slide underneath one of those arms, grab the left one and ram it down across the ring apron again. Now, a severely injured wing on the part of Gary Toole, and Johnny Z, like a shark in blood-infested waters, he knows what he has to do. He can sense the weakness, and if anyone can exploit a weakness of an opponent, it is the natural-born leader, as he will be relentless, going down now, first pinfall of the match, but only good enough for one. And Z doesn't let it faze him at all. He goes right back to the arm. Dropping the knees down on that shoulder, rendering that arm numb and useless. And now stretching down and putting his entire body weight across the top, not only putting more pressure on the shoulder, but also clotheslining him. Mark Wilson floating in there with a quick glancing blow. Didn't seem to have much effect, but I'm sure it irritated the coach, took his mind off the ability to recuperate. Now corner to corner, Z comes in, Coach up with the elbow, the good elbow, blocks the charge. Z in again, and Coach again, on the defensive, but it's been effective. Coach goes swinging, and Z back down, and yanks down that arm once again. And the coach is in serious trouble right here, as John's able to get a 2 count. And now simply goes to deprive Gary Toole of the oxygen. Johnny Z with visions of what he intends to do. He wants to weaken the coach going into the Impact Chamber match. He wants him to go in injured. And he wants to use this match as a platform to accomplish that. Get the dirty work done here, and then send the wounded Gary Toole into the Impact Chamber, where he'll have no chance to walk out as the IZW champion. 2 weeks can seem like an eternity, but if you have a serious injury, as Johnny Z is willing to put into or onto Coach Gary Toole, that 2 weeks is a blink of an eye. And Z rolls Gary Toole back in once again, tries to hold down that injured arm, but doesn't hook the leg. And Coach now using that vaunted leg strength. And so Z now back to a simple armbar. The irony of calling it a simple armbar, because the look on Coach Gary Toole's face right there shows the pain that he is having to fight through. Coach with a chop to the midsection, forearm to the face. Coach hoisted up Johnny Z and putting him down, but he put him down. He hoisted him up and put him down on that injured shoulder. The adrenaline allowed him to do it, but it took just as much out of Gary Toole as it did Johnny Z. Referee up to 5. Holds Gary Toole up, the coach is up. And he wants Johnny Z to get up as well. And again, trying for the sky high. 3rd attempt at the sky high. Johnny Z sends him shoulder first in. And now off the second rope. Second rope bulldog. That may very well be it. If John can make the cover here. The cover in. 2. And no. Literally the last milliseconds. And Gary Toole able to get that shoulder up. And so back to the punishment on the left arm. It is a simple but effective game plan that Johnny Z came in here with. Now Johnny Z going for drop the knees. Both knees across that arm. The coach rolled out of the way. And now maybe Gary Toole can come back to life. Toole with the right elbow. Irish whip by Toole, another right elbow. He's got that arm working well. He knows he can use it. Goes for a third one. John misses it, a leg lariat by Gary Toole, but he came down. He came down on the bad arm. He came right down on that bad arm. Rolls over into a pin. If he'd been able to truly apply a lateral body press right there, Gary Toole probably would have walked out of here with a victory over Johnny Z going into the impact chamber. But the pain, the overwhelming pain that is shooting through that left arm of him, as it's almost usually the fourth attempt for the sky high. He just can't get the power behind it. And now, John drops the arm across his entire body. In some areas that's called divorce court. Right there, Johnny Z. Mark Wilson thought that was it. Mark Wilson was sure that was the 3 count right there. And both men now, how much is left in the gas tank? Oh no! John coming to the corner. No, he misses the big boot. Johnny Z saw the opportunity. He went for the big boot in the corner. And now the coach got it. Coach hit sky high. But he can't make the pin. The pain is too much. He can't make the pin. And now Team Bull. Team Johnny Z in the ring. Team Johnny Z attacking Gary Toole. The coach is going to win this match by disqualification, but that's beside the point. Team Johnny Z putting the boots to Coach Gary Toole. Oh, here comes Jermaine Johnson. Here comes what wrestling should be. To the rescue. Thank God for what wrestling should be. They come in here to the rescue of their partner. But the numbers game is still on the side of Impact Inc. And Team Johnny Z, and now Johnny Z has a microphone. I'm sure he's got some.
Now that I did all the hard work, now that all the hard work's out of the way, and we've got an injured IZW champion, a damaged IZW champion. I mean, let's face facts. He said it. He's old, fat, and washed up. Therefore, injuring him wasn't too hard, seeing as how he's already applied for Medicaid. Now, since we're facing facts, shut up! I'm talking! This is my mic time. Since we're facing facts, let's face facts here. You see, we're a man short right now. We're a man short. And yet even though we're a man short, which we won't be in 2 weeks in the Impact Chamber, when the Hate Machine, the Brother Righteous, O'Malley, joins with us. And as of right now, depending on Damon Doofus's condition, it could be 5-on-3. And now, that pretty much means the IZW Championship, as much as this rhymes, belongs to Johnny Z. So what I'm gonna do, oh yeah, so what I'm gonna do right here is I'm gonna give you an opportunity. I'm going to give you an opportunity to do something good with yourself, to do the right thing by Sean McHale. And I'm going to give you the opportunity to just throw in the towel. Yeah, just throw in the towel right now.
Does Johnny Z really expect Gary Toole, Jermaine Johnson, and Jordan Jacobs?
Tell my ears to see me. You told the number one to throw in the towel? Hell no, John. Hell no. That's not what the number one does. What the number one does is dust himself off, get back to getting. I just put that out there. Getting. That's what the number one does all the time. Why? Because I'm the man of the people, John. I'm the man of the people. I'm the number one. I'm the co-commissioner. And just because you're the owner, you think you can just wield your power at will? You just think you can just do whatever you want. You just break laws. Look at it, man. Listen. You don't just get to do whatever you want. It doesn't work that way, John. Yeah, you own IZW. We got that. Yeah, you beat up Double D, which was my number one pick, my captain. Damn near almost killed him. You just think because you're the boss, because you're the owner, you have that kind of power. You're just throwing it around. Hell, now you're resorting to kidnapping. You don't think the laws apply to you? You don't think you have rules, John? Never have. You think you can just willy-nilly do whatever you want? Hell no! Hell no! Hell, I'm not there tonight. I'm not there. I'm checking on Michael Berry. Thanks to you. But guess what? Guess what, man? I'm sick and tired of it. You're not the only one with power, John. Hell, I've got power too. That's right. I've got power too. In fact, when you think about it, John, you're the one that gave me the power. Look at my contract. You ain't so smart. You ain't so smart. And guess what? I've got all this power in me, John. But guess what? Guess what? There's other people with power. Yeah, there's other people with power. Like my new friend.
New friend? What? What? We haven't seen Erica since Double D was taken. Erica's back. Former co-commissioner Erica back in the Impact Arena. And I take the look on her face. Tells a whole story right there.
Looks like y'all got some catching up to do. I'm gonna go check on Michael Berry.
Now, did you honestly think that I would allow you and your filthy human maggot larva to run amok and not suffer the consequences of your actions? What you did to Double D, the father of my child, was not only heinous, but completely unforgivable. And I will hate you forever for making me hold his nearly lifeless hand. Now, I knew when I brought you into Impact Elite that it would only be a matter of time before your ego would allow you to become uncontrollable. And here you are, uncontrollable and unpredictable. And with your unpredictability, I have to take into account my personal safety and the safety of my unborn child.
That's right.
And as much as I hate to have to say this, but I have to resign as Madam Commissioner. Don't get too happy. Don't rejoice, because before I resign, I'm invoking one final act. It seems that Team Johnny Z has left the Impact Chamber a bit one-sided. And as much as I would love, and I'm sure all of these people would love for me to place Double D into the Impact Chamber, he unfortunately has a long, hard road to recovery, courtesy of you. Now I promise when he comes back, and he will come back, everything that you have done to him will come back to you infinitely worse. Now, I have the perfect man for the Impact Chamber. A man that you have deeply betrayed. A man who is in peak physical condition and would love to get his hands on you. So without further ado, let me introduce to you the final member of team number 1.
Lights out here in the Impact Arena. And we know it. Oh, there it is. We know what this has meant before. He is back! Officially, Kevin Morgan is back in IZW! Kevin Morgan! The newest member, the final member of team number 1! And Johnny Z has got to be sweating bullets! Kevin Morgan was fired from IZW and has made Johnny Z's life a living hell over the past several weeks. But now officially, Kevin Morgan can return to the ring, and he has put his eyes 100% on Johnny Z. The odds.
Now that's not it.
looks like Team Johnny Z is not at all happy about this situation. It seems like 2 weeks ago, there was supposed to be a 4-on-4 confrontation. That one did not happen. Instead, the Bronze Bull received, well, a bit of an impromptu 4-on-1 treatment. I don't think they're going to allow themselves to sink into that situation again. As we do indeed have a preview right here. 4-on-4. Team Johnny Z in the form of the IZW Tag Team Champions, Team Bull, Johnny Z and Randy Price. Against what wrestling should be. We thought it was a one-night only thing for them 2 weeks ago, but they're back together here as well. Along with Kevin Morgan, the newly returned Kevin Morgan, and the IZW champion, Gary Toole. And the Brass Bull immediately out of the ring. The entire plane of the Impact Chamber match has just, and Jermaine Johnson isn't going to wait. Jermaine Johnson is tired of the stalling. He's tired of the procrastination. And he's going to drag Bobby Starr in that ring on his own and introduce him to a couple of turnbuckles. Head first, bouncing him back and forth. Pillar to post. Jermaine up and down with the body slam. And Jermaine's so hyped up, he almost walked into enemy territory right there. I think Bobby Starr's hairline has receded about 3 more inches. Oh, Jermaine Johnson not waiting for Randy Price either. Johnson wants people to compete. He is not messing around. And now, double team, what wrestling should be, showing what brought them to the Tag Team Championships 2 times. As it's like Jermaine never left. And Jordan now unleashing the fists to the side of the head of Randy Price, and Price just shoving Jordan Jacobs off. Price now cornered Jordan Jacobs, unleashing some forearms and fists of his own. Price charges in and connects with a knee right in the midsection, goes for the pin. But only a 1 count. As Price now makes the tag to the Bronze Bull. And Price opens up Jordan Jacobs, holding him open and vulnerable. Jacobs, though, bringing down the chin of the Bronze Bull on top of the head of Jacobs. Now the IZW champion, the current IZW champion, in with the most prolific IZW champion. A little old school juke and jive there from the coach as he drops the elbow on the 6-time IZW champion, the Bronze Bull. I gotta say, team number 1 showing a great cohesiveness here. We have yet to officially see the image of fear, Kevin Morgan, step foot in the ring. A larger-than-life Jermaine Johnson carrying the load very carefully, very effectively. Oh, is he going to do this here? Is he going to be able to get the Bronze Bull up? Johnson tries. but just too much power there from the Bronze Bull as he reverses the suplex. Now the Bronze Bull shoots Jermaine into the ropes. Jermaine ducks one clothesline, comes off with a flying forearm, tags in Jordan. And the Bronze Bull begging off. Double drop kick from what wrestling should be. Jordan now up on the top rope. Position and waiting. Dives off, but the Bull catches him. And a spine buster. Lays out. Lights out. But not long enough. Not enough to keep Jordan Jacobs down. But Jacobs thrown hard into that corner. And the Bull looking to do damage. While Jordan Jacobs is on the receiving end of some double teams from Randy Price and Johnny Z. Jermaine Johnson trying to come in and rescue his partner, and George Knight having to get him out of the ring. Jordan now 100% in enemy territory. And now, the man with the Messiah complex, the owner of IZW, in taking over on his former protege, his former Impact Inc. and Impact Elite member. And the IZW world trying desperately to lend their aid, lend their energy, and to rally and motivate Jordan Jacobs to fight back against the natural born leader. And it's working briefly. The elbows into the midsection, but Johnny Z hoists up Jordan, drops him down, goes for the cover, hooks the leg, and gets two out of it. Now the tag made for the Brass Bull to come back in as he applies the boots to the midsection and he calls upon the gods before delivering a vicious headbutt. Now the Bull, the Brass Bull up top. You are about to see a bull fly, but nobody home as Jordan Jacobs rolls out of the way, but he rolled the wrong way. He rolled towards the enemy corner. He has got to quickly get back to his corner as Bobby Starr very close, and he tags in Randy Price, and Jordan now rolls out as Price drops the elbow. Here comes the image of fear. Kevin Morgan lowers the boom on all the members of Team Johnny Z. Morgan, a one-man wrecking crew. Jermaine in, Jordan in. It's breaking down here in the Impact Arena. Morgan and Price, still the legal men in the ring. Price with the elbow. As Morgan charged in the corner. Price with the boot off the top. Morgan got it. The moment of fear. Morgan delivers the moment of fear. And he gets the 3 count. Team number 1 is victorious tonight as the moment of fear was faced by Randy Price and he could not conquer it. Madam Commissioner Erica's last act to put Kevin Morgan onto team number 1 seems to have proven effective. But in 2 weeks, Even though it's a team situation, everybody in that ring will be looking to walk out as the IZW champion. And you have got to be here August 9th to see the most devastating match in IZW. Until then, for the Butterscotch Stallion, I'm CM Burnham. Be here August 9th, Impact Chamber. Until then, so long from the Sooner State.